I'm 7 News First Alert meteorologist Steve Rudin. We are getting closer and closer to our main weekend weather events that will bring us very cold temperatures and wind chill factors and measurable snow that we haven't seen around here in several years. Let's first talk about just how big this weather maker is. It stretches over 2,000 miles from New Mexico through Texas and Oklahoma and Arkansas. Then we have Kentucky and Tennessee, and then all the way over to the East Coast, New York, also Boston. All the areas that you see shaded in pink right now, those are winter storm warnings. And the reason why they have the winter storm warnings is the storm about to happen within the next 24 hours. Now we'll see the area across the mid-Atlantic begin to fill in with pink over the next 24 hours moving into the day on Saturday. That's as all the winter storm watches convert over to winter storm warnings, and that means that the storm is imminent, that it's going to happen, even though our first snowflakes across the Washington, D.C. area probably won't fall until after sunset Saturday evening, but then it's really going to pick up after midnight, and then Sunday morning looking at the heaviest of the snow across the area. This right here is an interesting tool to look at. It's our winter storm outlook with the probability for a winter storm warning, and it pretty much guarantees that all the areas that we just saw shaded in blue will become shaded in pink from all of New Jersey to Pennsylvania, all of the DMV, and then lesser chances the farther south you go into North Carolina. Once again, a little bit closer in, notice how all the areas are shaded in this magenta color, likely to convert over to winter storm warnings moving into late Friday and then definitely into Saturday and then into Sunday. If you have travel plans in any of these areas and you're leaving town on Sunday, might want to reconsider perhaps doing it earlier in the day, tomorrow or Saturday, I should say, because that's when you'll run into fewer problems. Once again, we have that winter storm watch that will convert over to winter storm warning. You can see it right over here in the shade of pink that we'll see on here for the day on Friday. So what's the difference between a winter storm watch and a winter storm warning? Well, the winter storm watch is just watching for the potential for a significant winter weather maker, and a warning means that it's happening or is about to happen and could be looking at 5 or more inches of snow within 12 hours or 7 or more inches of snow within a 24-hour period of time. And that's exactly what we're going to see around here. Here are our snowfall trends, and they're beginning to level off, so don't panic when you see the GFS at around 20 inches, and then we are looking at similar models, but notice the Euro beginning to lower, and we'll likely see that trend continue, especially when we're going to work in perhaps some milder air, southern Maryland, that may reach parts of the metro area, and that may cut down on our snowfall totals with freezing rain and sleet. So snow to start, then that transition during the mid-morning hours on Sunday, but still need to watch it very closely over the coming days. Here's our future cast, and this is the American model here, 5 o'clock in the afternoon or early evening on Saturday. Still totally dry, so perhaps if you have early Saturday evening plans, it looks like it's an okay go right now. But if you're going to be out late, and the timing on here may differ a little bit, we'll see those first snowflakes begin to arrive to parts of the area as early as 10, 11 o'clock in the evening. And then by Sunday morning, notice the deeper shades of blue. That's the heaviest of the snow that's going to be falling across the area. And then that transition to perhaps freezing rain and sleet, maybe even all rain for southern Delmarva. That's going to become more problematic as they move through the later part of the day on Sunday into Sunday night. And those temperatures, my goodness, they are going to be really, really cold, only in the 20s both Saturday and Sunday. So snowfall potential, and this is using our North American model here, depending on your location, La Plata and Mechanicsville and Leonardtown could be looking at perhaps 5 to 8 inches of snow. Extreme southern Maryland may be a bit less with that milder air working into the system. 9, 10, 11 inches, a going snowfall total for Luray and Warrenton and Marshall, the same for Front Royal. And then you head a little bit farther to the north, western Maryland could be the jackpot zone. The reason why we see 14, 15 inches in Garrett and Allegheny counties, it's because they're looking at mainly a snow event. Great for skiing, not so good for traveling. And then moving into the metro area could be right on that dividing line, anywhere between 7 inches to maybe even 11 inches, depending on your location and elevation. So once again, the snowmaker is going to arrive late Saturday night, and then it's going to continue into the day on Sunday. Here are the probabilities for our snowfall. The very low end, at a bare minimum, I think everyone's going to see at least 4 or 5 inches inches of snow. That's a 100% chance, at least in my view. And then moving into the 7 to 11 inch range, I'm going to give it that a 70% chance. I think most likely for the district and areas north and west of D.C. with heavier amounts for western Maryland. That higher end of 12 inches or more, I think that may be a little bit more limited. But if we have a burst of very heavy snow that doesn't move very fast, it very well could become a reality. So this is definitely in play, even though you see only 40% chance. But the most likely, once again, at around 7 to 11 inches. Top D.C. snowfalls, I don't think we're going to get very close to that. The biggest one was already 10 years ago. My goodness, on January 22nd and 23rd. We called it Snowzilla at the time. Had almost 18 inches of snow at that point. So our next big story besides the snow, it's going to be the cold temperatures. We have a cold weather advisory. That is for Friday night into early Saturday morning. All the areas you see shaded in blue, southern Maryland, metro area, all the way out to western Maryland. That's for wind chill factors that are going to be at or below zero. So very, very cold wind chills are on the way. And come Saturday, even though it's going to be totally dry, it's going to be brutally cold out there with daytime highs only around 20 degrees and those feels like readings starting below zero and probably not even making it to 10. It'll feel a little bit better on Sunday, but keep in mind on Sunday, we have that winter storm to deal with. So here's our future cast, and it does show you those feels like temperatures Friday, 5 o'clock, most getting off of work and school, and then those temperatures take the deep dive after 10 p.m. That's when we also have that cold weather advisory, single digits below zero off to the west of us. Early Saturday morning, if you're out the door, you're going to want to bundle up. We could see wind gusts upwards of 25, 30 miles per hour. Those winds will settle down a little bit during the day, and our feels like temperatures will improve a tiny bit. You probably won't even notice it with those actual air temperatures at around 20 degrees or so. So our 7-day outlook, oh boy, we've got a lot to talk about. Friday, we're going to be totally dry, so no problems there. Saturday, we're also dry for your last-minute storm preparations, maybe doing a little bit of shopping, filling up the car with gas. Those feels like readings single digits and lower teens with an actual high just around 22 degrees. Now we have that winter alert on Sunday. Heaviest of the snow will happen during the first part of the day. We transition over to that wintry mix with sleet and rain. And it could be a freezing rain, I should say, and we could see some problems, especially across southern Maryland with that ice accretion, and then the cleanup begins, but it's going to be a slow, slow go. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we have those temperatures that are going to hold below freezing. As always, stay ahead of all of our weather makers. Be sure to have your First Alert weather app ready to go. If you don't already have it on your smartphone, all you need to do is head over to the App Store or Google Play. I'm 7 News meteorologist Steve Rudin.